Hi everyone, I'm Bunny. Thanks for watching my channel. Flashback to 2016. Today I wanted to share with you my craziest Pokemon Go stories. Alright, story number 1. So I can't help it if I overhear people talking loudly around me. So I'm walking around town, minding my own business, when I overhear this girl talking, looking at her phone. She says, "Oh boy, I only have 1 more mile to go before I hatch my egg." "Oh, but they're not really miles, are they? They're like Poke-miles or something." So, okay, as most of you know who played that game, the distances were measured in kilometers. That's what the KM stands for, not Poke-miles. Kilometers. Okay. I know that it's kind of a running joke that Americans are really bad with the metric system, but pretty much all of us have heard of it, except this girl apparently. So there you go. That haunts me to this day. I worry about our public school system very much because of that girl. Alright, story number 2 also involves overhearing a conversation, but this is a little bit more interactive. They were actually talking about me. So let me paint the scene for you. I'm walking through town, Pokemon going, looking at my phone. Now, I'm a safe Pokemon goer. I did not cross streets while looking at my phone. No, I was on a sidewalk and I knew very much where I'm going, and my peripherals are actually pretty good. So I'm looking at my phone and I do walk between a young couple over on this side standing next to a building, leaning against the building. And then way on the other side of the sidewalk, there was an old man with a grill, grilling burgers or something. Now, the young man and young woman are standing there, and the old man's grilling over on the opposite side. I walk between them. The young man over here says, and I quote, "She's white, why don't you yell at her?" Talking to the old man grilling on the other side of me. And then he says, "Oh no, she's Pokemon going." They were talking about me. At that point, I didn't even know what to do. I just kept looking at my phone and kept walking. To this day, I have no idea what they were talking about, and it haunts me. I've spent a lot of time thinking about it. I was wondering if maybe they thought it was rude that I walked between them while they were maybe having a conversation beforehand, at which point maybe this had happened several times before, and so they would yell at people who would do this, but only if you're white. Because these guys, everyone in question was also white, and so therefore maybe they didn't want to look racist. My other thought is maybe they were racist, and they were thinking about inviting me to their barbecue, but they also hate Pokemon goers. That's about all I got. I think about it a lot. Alright, story number 3. I have to do some explaining here to those of you who never played Pokemon Go. Alright, the concept of the game, there's Pokestops and Pokemon gyms, which are related to monuments around town, which is why people went to towns to play Pokemon Go. Out in the country is a very good place to play because there's nothing. Well, guess where the best place to go if you want a high dense amount of monuments is? Graveyards. Yes, graveyards were some of the biggest Pokemon Go places ever. You could have mini gyms and Pokemon stops all in one really compact place. So, wrapped up in the game, I'm in a graveyard fighting a gym. And I was a low level at that time, so I'm slowly pecking away at it and finally getting some points when, well, okay, it had gotten really dark, so I'm alone in a graveyard in the middle of the night. So already this story's off to a great start, right? Pecking away at a gym. Someone comes driving up with their car, and they park right in front of the gym. This had happened to me a couple times before in the day. Someone comes driving up and they start leveling up the gym themselves while I'm trying to tear it down. So as soon as they showed up, I'm like, well, it's late anyway, I'm gonna just leave and go home. So not wanting to sneak around the car, I went ahead and I went into the headlights of the car so that they could see that I was there sooner rather than hearing someone sneaking around the dark in a graveyard. I just thought that would be more polite. You're welcome. Now, I am aware of how terrifying it is when a white person in the middle of the night walks in front of headlights. And if you haven't experienced this, let me tell you, it's pretty horrifying. The guy driving the car, big black man, started white-knuckling that car, just absolutely terrified when he saw me there. And I'm, by the way, doing all this through my peripherals. I'm pretty much just like gonna leave, and I have no intention of interacting with these people whatsoever. After all, it's the middle of the night and it's a graveyard. I'm Pokemon going. I don't need to explain myself to these people. Well, the passenger of the car is getting out, and she's a little old white lady. And she's furious. She goes, "What the heck is anyone doing in the graveyard this late at night?" Of course, as I said before, I kept walking and I had no intention of interacting with these people whatsoever. I was a good clip on the way home when I realized, what did she mean, what is someone doing out in the graveyard this late at night? Had she not heard of Pokemon Go? Then what is she doing there that late at night? Again, this haunts me. I have no idea what they were doing. I've given it a lot of thought, and actually, several days later, I went back to the graveyard to see whether they were grave robbing or something. I didn't find anything dug up or anything, so that's not what they were there for. But it occurred to me recently that they might have been, like, doing a drug deal or something, and they meet in the graveyard. So, I don't think I would have been the one qualified as being the one up to no good that night, so I'm not sure I deserve to be yelled at by a little old white lady. But I will accept the fact that I probably should not have been in a graveyard in the middle of the night, and that's pretty unreasonable. Alright, so those are my craziest Pokemon Go stories. If you guys have some, please share them in the comments. I look forward to reading them. Till next time, have a great day.